everyone, how are you doing? It's Dr. Helene here, and this is all about essential oils for travel. As I've been travelling around in my campervan, I just got back from Scotland yesterday, and essential oils can really help make your journey pleasant for your mind and your body. And I'm going to tell you more about that in today's podcast or video, depending what platform you're watching on. So I'm Dr. Helene. I'm an A&E doctor and an advocate for integrative wellness, as well as being an animal aromatherapy specialist. And I love to use essential oils to support the health and well-being of myself and my pets and help educate people to do the same for their family and animals. So if you like what you're listening to or watching, please hit the subscribe button so I can carry on creating more content. And let me know in the comments what you want to know about as well. Now, would you like to get some essential oils for yourself? So why not book in for a free chat with me or come to one of my classes and find out how essential oils can support you or your pets? Or if you've already got oils but don't know how to use them, well, I can help you out there too. And I do general overviews or full consultations depending on what your needs are. So drop me a message and we can chat about the best option for you. So travel. So whether you're in a camper van or perhaps you've been going into a plane or anything, these can be so beneficial. So one of the things that, especially on long journeys, is, you can get that really tired, especially on the motorway. So I always find once I go up to Scotland, once you get past Glasgow, no offence, so anyone Glasgow, but the scenery is just so stunning. And I like to listen to an Audible book. And I was listening to a brilliant Audible book called Their Daughters by Joy Ellis. And in fact, I was about an hour left when I got home last night. So I was like listening to it loads. And also today as well. So I finally finished it. It was really gripping. But you can still start to feel a bit tired. So I love to have my peppermint roller. And I have it in a touch roller, just like one of these. And it's handy. And I can just pop it around my neck and on my chest to help sort of pep me up. Now, I've always got a diffuser going. I usually have it, obviously, for the dogs, because a couple of my dogs are not great travelers. They get a little bit anxious. So I might diffuse something like Balance or one of the citrus oils. I think on the way up to Scotland, I diffused Petitgrain, which is a beautiful citrus oil, and it's really useful as well for dogs that don't like lavender, because 50% of dogs don't like lavender, although my dogs don't have that problem. But it really smells divine. And then on the way back, I diffused Elevation on the way back to keep us all sort of calm. All the citrus oils promote the release of serotonin and dopamine, so really good and calming, but also helps keep you uplifted and focused. So love my peppermint. Also make sure you're hydrating well. I've always got my water handy, and I have it in a metal bottle, and I have some citrus oils in there, and I had lemon oil in there, because lemon oil is also very good for your digestion. And if you're traveling, it's really easy to, maybe you're snacking a bit too much. I only really eat snacks when I'm traveling, and I usually always preparation is key, actually. Prepare loads of fruit and things, really easy things that I can snack on. I had to get petrol on the way back yesterday, and the petrol station had a Subway, and I never bought by Subway, but they did have vegan double chocolate cookies, so I had 3. I did eat them on the journey. I was trying to stagger them, but they were real. So I did have a pig out. So lemon oil was really, really useful there to have to keep my digestion really good. So another one that's really good as well is Deep Blue, because when you're traveling a lot, it doesn't matter whether you're on a plane. I'm going to go on to a bit more about plane travel, but you're just sitting in that one place, aren't you? And it's really easy. You can get a bit of neck ache and things like that. And so Deep Blue in a roller. I've got a roller, and I've also got this roller that you can put the rub in as well. It's just really soothing on your neck or wherever you might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable to pop it on. And also having the oils, I have my Balance roller as well. Now, you might want to diffuse Balance, but I have my Balance roller, which is really good if you're stuck in a traffic jam. You can have Adaptive as well. I often have both of those. Stuck in a traffic jam, or Google Maps takes you on a magical mystery tour. What is that about? So twice on the way up to Scotland, it wanted to take me off the motorway, take me around the houses, and then bring me back on the motorway. Fortunately, I knew that I just needed to stay on the M6. But it's really frustrating, and I don't know why it does that. But it's done it quite a few times. But anyway, so having some oils to calm and soothe you, especially when you go on a little diversion or you're stuck in traffic, are really beneficial, so that you're not feeling het up, which is no good for anyone. Other oils as well. Now, this is more to do, I think, really, if you've got passengers or perhaps dogs that don't travel well. is if you get motion sickness. Now, I am someone who, oh my goodness, I can't even think of a coach trip without feeling sick. I mean, literally, I was driving up, when I was driving, can't remember where I was going up on the side, there was a coach there. And I was just like, oh my God, that makes me feel so sick. I literally, I mean, I remember my mum telling me they went on this coach trip, and I was like, Mum, you can't even mention the word coach. It just brings me just such feelings of nausea. I just feel really, really sick. So some tips. So I love Zengest. Now, Zengest is a mix of some really great oils for the digestion, including peppermint, fennel, ginger, and caraway. But I love the Zengest blend. And I find if I need to get an Uber back from work, now I live about 2 miles away from where I work, but if I have to get an Uber back, for example, if it's been snowing, so I usually cycle, I will need to take a Zengest before I get an Uber, about half an hour before, because otherwise I feel sick. And I've actually had to get the Uber to stop in the next street, because I'm like, I literally can't wait anymore in that vehicle. It's just been too overwhelming. So if you have got perhaps children who don't travel well, or pets, this is a great one to give them either as a soft gel, depending on how old they are, or as a little drop. You can make your own little soft gels in capsules, and also diffuse it as well. You can put it in a roller and apply it to the chest and the tummy to help with sickness. I mean, even when I was a kid, my stepdad, in his car, he had this old British Rail. This is how old I am, British Rail. Who remembers British Rail? With an old British Rail sick bag. And so if ever we were feeling sick, he'd get this sick bag out for us. And I'm never sick. I just always feel sick. It's just really horrible. If anyone, I always have tremendous compassion for anyone suffering motion sickness, because it really is the worst. And if you don't suffer motion sickness, you don't understand how awful it actually is. So it's a really great one, and you can diffuse it as well, and it just really, really helps. And especially good as well if you're going on a plane, just not diffuse it, but you can pop it on you topically and everything. So actually that's a nice little thing to start talking about. I think I've covered everything to do with camper vans. Oh, the other thing I was actually going to just mention as well about traveling is, because I've been up to Scotland, midges. Obviously, if we're out camping, or if you're going abroad, and I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a bug magnet. They love to bite me. And so I use essential oils to keep them away. And I love TerraShield. TerraShield's a beautiful outdoor blend, and you can get it in a spray. It's got fractionated coconut oil on it. It feels nice on your skin. You can use that one on your dogs as well. And it really does keep the critters away. And you can also get it so it diffuses in the you can diffuse it in the van, or I've got diffusers that can go outside my van as well. So in my little garden that I put around my camper van for the dogs, they've got their oils there, and so they're just not having to worry about any insects. And I add some peppermint oil into it, which keeps the ticks away. So especially good for you humans as well if you are going hiking as well. I can't tell you the amount of times I get people turning up in the A&E department with a lesion, and it's actually a tick, but it's difficult if you've never seen one. And when they're really engorged, they can look quite different. And so they need removing in a particular way. And if you don't know how to remove a tick, do go on to Google. You can get these tick twisters for the dogs, but they need to be moved in it, or just really good tweezers hold them right at the base of the head, and they need to be eased out, like twisted and eased out. But it's important you try and get them out the right way so nothing's left inside, and don't be putting Vaseline on them or anything else on them, okay, because it can cause them to regurgitate their contents into you. So let's go on to planes. Now, I primarily travel, well, I only travel now in my camper van, the occasional camper van on the ferry. But prior to being a doctor, I was actually a flight attendant for quite a few years, and I worked for Emirates and I worked for Virgin, had a brilliant time. And so, you know, I've not forgotten it. Not forgotten the smell of Odo Boeing or Odo Airbus and all the things. But there's loads of things you can do for flying that can ease you. So obviously, if you do get travel sick, then the Zengest, as I've said, obviously you won't want to diffuse it, but you can pop some on your clothes and things like that to help you comfortable, and also take it internally as well. And then if you're on a plane, you know, trying to relax. If you are someone who gets maybe stressed from flying, Balance Blend is a great one to have. And, you know, you have your rollers handy. They're only like these just little 10mm rollers. And then you might want to have things like lavender and frankincense to help soothe you and keep you calm and help you snooze. I am someone that when I was passengering, I would just fall asleep directly I got on the plane, because planes had no romance to me or anything like that. I was just like, oh, just go to sleep. I'd barely even stay up for a film. You know, I just think, oh, great, I can watch that film. And I'd just be like zonked. So, but yeah, adding some frankincense, you can pop some frankincense on your feet and lavender on your feet and on your chest and everything. And if you're wearing a mask, you can pop some in your masks. Now, when you're traveling, obviously you're in a big metal box, or this is even if you're going by train or coach. Oh, that dreaded word makes you feel sick. You're with a lot of people, do support your immune system as well. And I like to use On Guard blend for that. So I would take a drop a couple of times a day for a couple of days before my flight, and certainly afterwards, or the On Guard soft gels. And I've also got an On Guard roller. So I'd be applying that to my throat as well. And you can also get these little On Guard beadlets, which are great for the kids because they can have those. And they're really nice, actually, just to have the On Guard beadlets. They taste really, really nice for your mouth as well. So just to support yourself while you're traveling as well, because obviously you're with a lot of people. And even though, things have relaxed now, when I used to fly, obviously this is years before the pandemic, I always used to get sore throats after flying. And feel quite ill. So, and I'd literally finish my set of flights and I just have no voice and things, and it would all be on my throat. So, I wish I'd had all the oils then, because they'd have been really, really beneficial. The other thing as well is, if you are trying to sleep on board a flight, please don't forget the importance of moving as well, because DVTs, immobility and dehydration, and flights cause you to be dehydrated, it's really risky. So set a little timer on your phone every couple of hours to just get up and move, do some little leg exercises and things like that. And there's some great oils as well that you can massage into your lower legs, like Aroma Touch and Cypress, which are really good for the circulation, to just help support that as well. Not instead of, as well, support it. And make sure that you're hydrating yourself with water. We always used to make sure we used to drink at least 2 litres on a flight, and make sure you pre-hydrate now. Pre-hydrate before you get on the flight as well, because this is all the best thing that you can do for your body, and also for your mind as well, but also particularly for your circulation, going to be really, really crucial. Now, obviously, Deep Blue, if you're in one place, neck ache, backache, sore feet, maybe Deep Blue rub, again, another great option to have. The Deep Blue rub, I'm not quite sure if it's too much, but you can get these little sachets that are really good just to have, that you can pop in your carry-on, so that'd be really convenient for you to pop on as well, wherever you're feeling a bit uncomfortable. And when you're having your meal, I don't know what the food's like on a plane, and I certainly wasn't vegan when I flew, but again, things that are going to support your digestion: your Zengest, your peppermint oil, your lemon oil, that's really good for digestion, and Terrazyme digestive enzymes are really going to help support you, because you're probably going to be eating at funny times, you're going to be immobile, you're also going to have jet lag to contend with as well, and perhaps food that you're not used to. That can all play havoc with your digestion, as well as maybe a bit of stress depending on what your travel about and how you feel about travel. So all these things can really cause you aggro. So having something like Terrazyme and all those other digestive, those oils that are really good for supporting digestion, is going to be really beneficial for you as well. And then, when you get the inevitable tea and coffee, maybe forgo the tea or coffee and ask for some hot water. You might get the flight attendant cursing you under your breath, but generally, no. We did, we always used to be like, it's just that you've got to go back and fill up a jug, but depending on how they do the service, because sometimes we'd have jugs with just hot water in as well. Just have a little bit of Zengest or peppermint or lemon. But also you could add, if you want a coffee, add a bit of peppermint to your coffee or a bit of cardamom to your coffee. Going to taste so good, but it's also going to be good for your digestion as well. So another little tips, or a bit of lemon oil to your tea. So that's something I'll do as well. And then where you are staying. Now, when we're away, we go away, perhaps we're on holiday, and how many times are you away on holiday and you sleep really badly? Now, I've got my camper van, I sleep really well, but I do have all my oils. So my nighttime routine is the same regardless of where I am, and I put my oils on my feet and I have my Serenity soft gels. Now, I am generally absolutely completely shattered by the time it gets bedtime, and I tend to go to bed much earlier in my camper van than I do at home, because I'm exhausted and I haven't got loads of laundry to do. but I still will often take my soft gels. And the reason being is sometimes when we're so exhausted, we still don't sleep well. So I take Serenity soft gel to optimize my sleep. And in actual fact, I really can see it on my Fitbit of when how I'm absolutely shattered, but actually my sleep quality isn't as good. And then I take the soft gel and it's absolutely brilliant. But I'll also take my lavender and frankincense and I pop those on my feet and my chest and the back of my neck. And then I'll also put some vetiver over my forehead and under my nose. And this is really good for calming a monkey mind. And I always diffuse Serenity as well. So Serenity, my dogs are always used to having diffused at night. And what this means as well is, especially if we're camping somewhere, like at a competition, and the dogs, like my blind dog might get a bit anxious if she hears another dog barking. Serenity is all about, it's creating that whole environment for sleeping as well. So it really helps massively. And my van always smells so good. Everyone always says, oh yeah, camper van smells so nice. So really useful there as well. And obviously they're things that you can take and have when you're away, so that even though you're on holiday and you're in a different bed or a different room, you can sleep well. And the same with the kids as well. You can pop those appropriately diluted for the kids as well. So pop them on the feet, and you can get little mini diffusers. I was going to say I haven't got one here, but I've got a little pilot diffuser that's rechargeable. So it's super convenient to just pop into your luggage, and then you've just got to charge it up on an adapter. It's rechargeable, and it's just perfect to have for when you go away. So some little tips there. So I hope that's helped. Let me know if you've got any questions or anything you want to cover. This is going to be available on Spotify and Google Podcasts as well. So do leave me a 5-star review, please, and hit the subscribe button as well, so I can carry on creating more content. And thank you for watching or listening, and let me know anything that you want me to cover in the future. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. Bye.